Greetings to all. We are in a continuity lecture session of data structures in our language. So far, we have covered vector, list, arrays, and matrices. Now, today's lecture topic is data frames. So, what is data frame? So, it is a kind of list. We will see the definition of data frame. A data frame is a two-dimensional array like structure or table. I think everybody know the structure of a table, normal table. So a data frame is a two-dimensional array like structure or a table in which a column contains values. Remember this definition, a column contains values of one variable. Column contains variables of one variable and rows contains one set of values from each column. So I will explain this definition practically. I will show you. See here, a column contains values of one variable and rows contains one set of values of from each column. A data frame is a special case of the list in which each component has equal length. Sorry. Um, we have seen the list, right? In list we can combine different length of different data types, right? We can combine a vector of size 3 with a vector of size 7, but here it is saying it is also a list. It is also a list, but it is a special kind of list in which each component has equal length. So we will see how it will be um, in practical manner. A data frame is used to store data table actually, and the vectors which are present in the form of a list in a data frame must be equal length. In simple way, it is a list of equal length vectors, right? It is a list of equal length vectors. We will create a data frame. So vector, to create a vector we have a C function. To create a list we have a list function. To create a matrix we have a matrix function. To create an array we have array function. Likewise, to create a data frame we have a function called frame available in data. The data frames are created with the help of frame function of data. The function contains the vectors of any type such as numeric, character or integer. We will develop such kind of data frame in our R studio. So I am opening my R studio here. Nice. Opening new script, R script. Here I'm creating a college having many employees, and I think it is better to create individual and make it as a data frame. First, I'm creating a vector that is employee ID, and this employee ID contains 1 2 3 4 5 values. So EID. Then after I create employee names. See, we have 5 IDs, right? So I will create 5 person names. these are the five people, right? Employee ID, employee name, and I am taking employee salaries, another vector. So salaries may be in decimal values also, right? So I'm taking numeric vector, that is, take it is um, these are the three vectors. So I'm taking another vector called as date. So for that, 2020, okay, nice. So I am thinking that dt is a date function, but that is a character vector, right? So in order to convert that into a date, employee date, so what I need to do is typecasting. So for typecasting, what is the function? As dot date. What I need to convert dt. So dt, I'm converting dt character vector into 1 2 3 4 5. I need to create one more date here, right? 5 dates, 5 persons, 5 date, right? Date. And these are my vectors. So now using these vectors, I wanted to create a data frame. So how data frame will be created? I'm taking data frame d frame variable data dot frame. As per the definition, as I said, um, we will create using a function called frame available in data. So frame takes vectors as input. So the first vector that I am going to supply is employee ID, comma, employee names, comma, employee salaries, comma, edate, employee date. So these are the data that I am going to supply to a vector, right? Up to this it is good, but I wanted to mention one thing, that here These are the table values. For example, as per the definition, I tell you, as per the definition, here one thing we have to observe carefully, right? It is like a table. Table means what? How the table looks like. This is the table. This is the table, and here what will be there? Here headings, column headings, right? like like serial number, um, e eid, and e-name, e-sal, and employee date, right? And here what will be there? Here to identification, for identification purpose, it will maintain unique values, right? Unique values. So as per the definition, I will tell you, and in this area table data will be available, right? This entire area, eids will be presented here, employees names will be presented here, and employee salary will be presented here, employee date will be presented in this column. So this is the data part, and these are the field table headings. So what the definition says, a data frame is a two-dimensional array like structure or table in which column contains values of one variable. See here, this is the columns. The column contains values of one variable, and rows contains one set of values. What? Rows. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. Row contains one set of values. Set of values. One set of values means one set of values of all the columns. So see here, so row 1 contains all set of values, all set of values of what? All set of values of each column, right? The definition part is clear, right? Clear now. And here in this program, using these values, I have created data part. Actually data part was built up. Data part means what? Body of the table. Body of the table. Body of the table builded. But I didn't take in the field names. That means heading part of the table I haven't taken, right? So now I will take the heading part of the table. So see here, look at this. So I wanted to emp id is equal to, and emp name is equal to emp salary is equal to emp date of join is equal to, and need to mention one thing here, that string as factor. Yes, string as factor is equal to false. Why? I will tell you why it is only false. I will tell you, no need to worry. So this is the program. So finally I am printing this, sorry, print data frame. So how to execute this program? Go to source and click it. See the output. This is the output, employee ID. Like I told you, the headings of the table. These are the headings of the table. So according to the definition, a table or a data frame is formed with the combination of column names, and a row is formed with a set of each column, right? This is the data frame. So up to here, I think all you people have an idea of how to create a data frame. So simple, it is very simple. Data frame is created with a what? Function called frame that is available in data, so that we are accessing is with the data dot frame. And not only that, data frame takes vectors as input. So for each vector, so if to avoid the clumsiness, I have taken each vector outside, employee ID, employee name, employee salary, and date. Here the date is in a character form, so that I need to convert that character date into real date function. So for that I have used as that date function. So I supplied a character date, and here it comes into employee date in date format. And the structure of the syntax of frame function is data comma string as factor. So data means every vector that we want. So every vector, I supplied every vector table name is equal to, sorry, it may be, it is not a table name, column name is equal to column data, column name is equal to column data, column name is equal to column data, and so on, comma string as factor. Why I have taken string as factor means it is useful when if you wanted to access EID data with EMP string. So we need to set that as false. If you set that as true, by default it is true, so that you cannot access EID data with EMP ID. But if you wanted to access employee ID data with the employee ID key, so set string as factor false, right? So then after getting the structure of our data frame. So is there any function to know the structure of our data? Yes, there is a function. You can look at here, str. Str is the structure function to get the structure of data. So I will execute this program once again, and I will run this program. Here you can see sorry, here you can see data frame 5 objects. It contains 5 objects. Yes, definitely it contains 5 objects, and of 4 variables. How many variables are there? 1 2 3 4 variables. Objects, 5 objects. And EMP data, what EMP data is? It is a numeric. What employee name is a character, and employee salary is a numeric, and employee joining date of join date. So this is the complete structure of what frame, right? So then, how to extract data from the data frame? There are three basic extracting ways to get the data from the data frame. What are they? See, um, we can extract the specific columns from the data frame using the column name. Second one is we can extract the specific rows also from the data frame. We can extract the specific rows corresponding to specific column. We will see how it will be possible. See that in the output we are seeing in the output you can see employee ID, employee name, employee salary. Suppose if you wanted to eliminate employee joining date from your data frame, so then what you need to do is you just simply take a variable, simply take a variable rm new and we label new frame is equal to, so what you wanted to remove, data dot frame. So you can access df frame. So I am accessing here, you can see I am accessing with column names, right? This is the use of set. Here you can see set string as factor is equal to false. I'm accessing data frame values with the column names. Employee ID I want, and df rame data frame employee name, comma df rame of employee salary, and finally what I will print new frame, right? So I will execute this, run. Here you can see in the output you can see that this is the original table and this is the new table. So this way you can extract specific columns that you want, and another way of extracting, we need to extract specific rows from the data. Is there any way to extract specific rows? Means you can see here there is a row number, row 1 2 3 4 5, right? With the row numbers you can access data. So what is the D frame? This is the original data frame, right? That is the original data frame. So here I want, this is a table, so table is nothing but it looks like an array, right? So definitely row and column combination. So if you want the first row along with all columns, first row, and leave it as blank. Blank means I want all the columns of row 1, right? 1 Ravindra, and here you can see 1 Ravindra and total with the date of joining. It is displaying, right? And one more thing, extracting specific rows corresponding to specific columns, right? Specific rows and specific columns. Not only that, the frame in the row comma column, right? in the row section I am taking a combined function and I am asking 2 comma 3. 2 comma 3 means I want second row and third row. In the column section also I am passing C 1 comma 4, right? Here you can see second row, first column and fourth column will be printed. Third row, first column and fourth column will be printed. We will see. See here, second row, first and fourth. Third row, first and fourth will be printed, right? And not only that, you can mention the range operator also. See here, dframe. So again row comma column, right? In the row section I am taking the support of range operator. Range operator means colon, right? Colon is the range operator. This is starting and so let us take 3 colon 5 and here I want every column. So see the output here, 3 4 5 and every column is printed. Every column is printed. So using range operator also you can directly access. So is there any chance to modifications in data frame? Yes, there is a chance for modifications. How to do that? If you wanted to add a new row, you can add directly. If you wanted to add a new column, yes, it is possible. You can add a new column also. First, let us see how to add a new row to the existing data frame. See dframe here. Now the dframe is looks like this. So if you wanted to add a new row, how many values you need to require? So how many 1 2 3 4 values are required for adding a row, but you need to observe one thing, that those values are in different data type. So for that you need to create a list, right? Vector is not possible to create a different kind of data, so it is possible with the vector only. So for that I am creating a list. So list. So what is the first value? It is a integer, numeric, right? Using structure str function, we have seen the structure of data frame that we have created, right? In that it is shown us that the first column is numeric means directly you can supply value. There is no L after that. L means it will become what? Integer. And next one is character. A name we should mention here. So KBN, I'm placing as KBN. And another one is employee salary. This is the employee salary. And another one is date of join. And sorry, make sure that the date of join we have given is in character only. So right, and please remember one function to add a new row into the existing data. So what is the function there? rbind, row bind. So for row bind, what is the syntax? First we need to supply data, complete data, where I have complete data in data frame, right? For this data frame I wanted to add x is a new row. See, the x was added. Okay, the x was added, so modification is possible. So here this is the way to add a row. And then how to add a column to the existing data frame. So cbind is another function. So let us see. I'm adding a place of living of existing persons. So how many persons are there? How many? 1 2 3 4 5 6 persons are there. So I'm adding 6 character vectors. Vij, rjy, um, gunt, vij, how many cities are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So column 1 2 3 4 5 6, and make sure that I think it will return an error. No, so nice. No, no, no. It may not return an error, but next function may return error because I think I haven't updated d frame. I just printed it, right? And d frame comma y address. I am mentioned my name. We need to give a name for this, right? Like this: employee ID, employee name, employee salary, employee date of join. Here new column is coming, so for that heading is address. Address is equal to y. Says yes, as per my imagination. So I need to remove one city name here, so then it is okay. So see here, it is possible to uh, add new rows and new columns to the existing data frame, right? So is there any possibility to delete rows and columns of existing data in the data frame? Yes, it is possible. Definitely not. Why not? It is definitely possible using minus operator in front of the index number. So it will do deletion. See, if you wanted to delete, if you wanted to delete a row from the see the fifth row I wanted to delete, then dframe off. So here the scenario is common, row and column, right? So all columns must be removed. Of what? Of what? Of row 5. And for removing I need to mention minus symbol. So here see 5 is removed. 1 2 3 4 values are printed. Like this you can remove the entire row. So see, there is a function called summary also. Maybe that is useful for statistical assumptions. It is required to find the statistical summary and nature of the data in the data frame. So for that, summary function is available to extract the statistical summary and nature of the data. It just use summary function if you wanted to see the statistical data like mean and median and max value, min value in the data frame. So see, the function is summary, summary of what you wanted to see. I wanted to summary of data frame, right? Here you can see minimum value of data frame, maximum value of data frame, and quarter, median, mean. This is the summary of df frame. So after this video I think the data structures is the concept of data structures in our language are completed. So we will see the differences in all the data frames. So for that, first, the data frames actually, vector is a one dimensional, and then after, matrix matrix is a two dimensional. Matrix is two dimensional. So I'm giving the order. And array is multi-dimensional. And list is a special type of vector. And data frame is a special type of list. What is the difference between data frame and list? List contains different varying sizes of vectors, but data frame contains, see here, data frame contains, in the output also you can see, data frame contains all the vectors. emp is a vector, employee name, emp salary, employee joining date is a vector, but all the vectors are having the same size. That means employee id contains four values, employee name contains four values, but in case of it must not be like that. It can be in varying sizes, right? So that is the only difference between list and vector. And list is in arranged in um, random order, but data frame is arranged in a table order. And here, a vector and matrix arrays take the support of atomic vector, and list and data frame takes the support of generic vector. This is all about the data structures in our language. And if you people are having any doubt regarding this topic, data structures in our language, you can just comment in the below. I will respond as early as possible. Thank you.